Schools have a lot of pressures, administrative pressures. There's pressures from the government about what kinds of academics they need to be teaching and things like that. And so while schools often want to help, they don't know how to be able to incorporate that. A lot of times it's hard for them to figure out how can they help your child. And so if you can help as a parent be able to advocate for them and help educate the school of what it is that your child needs, you'll have a lot more success in being able to get that done. Keeping in mind that the school has a lot of other children that they also have to help, and so if you are working together with them as an ally and try to work together with them rather than against them, you're much more likely to be able to achieve positive results. And so I will help the parents to be able to work to figure out what kinds of accommodations or what kinds of special education might be needed, and help the parent know that if we make a decision right now, that doesn't mean that it's a lifelong decision. That we can make a decision right now that means, okay, this is what we're going to do for now, and that process might change. For instance, if you have a child who's not going to school because they're afraid of being around other students, or there's some contamination concerns, for instance, one of the changes or one of the special education plans might be like, we're going to set up a certain classroom, or we're going to allow that student to come in 3 days a week because that's better than where they were. And so we'll kind of go with that process for a bit and then meet with the school once they feel like they're ready to do more, and we'll push them a little bit more. And so making sure that we take it a step at a time, and that it doesn't have to be that first IEP meeting doesn't have to be, we're pulling out every single accommodation, we're going to totally do this is going to be a great exposure, and we're going to push them to do those things. Sometimes that might be helpful, but sometimes, maybe building in a smaller, more doable exposure or more doable accommodations can be helpful, and that way, once they've gotten to that level, they can change and make it a little bit more demanding, a little bit more difficult as they improve.